Hi guys, let's solve today's Leetcode problem, which is problem number 1665, minimum initial energy to finish task. It's a hard problem. You're given an array task where task of I is actual I, comma minimum I. Actual I is the actual amount of energy you spend to finish ith task. Minimum is the minimum amount of energy you require to begin the ith task. For example, if you have task as 10, comma 12, your current energy is 11, you cannot start this task because minimum energy required to complete this task is 12 and you have energy as 11. However, if your current energy is 13, you can complete this task because minimum required energy is 12 and your energy will be 3 after the task is finished because we actually required 10 to finish this task. Okay, you can finish this task in any order you like. Okay, return the minimum initial amount of energy you will need to finish all the task. Okay, minimum initial amount of energy required. So in this example, if you see, these are the three tasks given to us. Now if we start with, let's say, energy 8, and this is the following order of finishing this task. Let's say we start with third task first. So for starting the third task, minimum required energy is 8 and we have started with 8 only, right? So we will be able to finish this task, but after finishing this task, our initially we started with 8. After finishing this task, our energy that was consumed by this task was 4, so remaining is 4 now. Now we finish the second task. So finishing the second task, required energy was 4, so we can start this second task. But to finish this, we actually require 2. So when we use 2 from it, so remaining will be 2 now. So this task is also finished. Now we will finish the first task. To finish first task, minimum required energy is 2. We have 2, so we can start this task. And if we finish it, we will be left with 1 as the remaining energy. And at the end, we were able to finish all the tasks when we took the initial energy as 8. Okay, so we started with 8 and then that way we were able to finish this energy, and there is no way possible that we could take minimum energy anything below than 8, because let's say if we take 7 or anything below 8, let's say 4, so we cannot even start this task, right? Because it minimum required energy itself is 8. So for that reason, for this example, it is 8. Okay, because we have to finish all the tasks so that the minimum initial amount of the energy we will need to be, I mean, minimum at all. Okay, so this is the problem, and approach that we are going to cover is sorting and the greedy. And if you see constraint, it's 10 to the power 5, and actual energy that is needed is less than or equal to minimum energy. Okay, now let's understand the intuition. Okay, so this task of I is holds actual and minimum, which is actual energy that it consumes and the minimum demands before it starts. Okay, for this particular task, the actual energy consumption is 2, right? But it requires 10, which means this task is very demanding as compared to this task. If you see, it requires 9 to start, which is fair, but it actually consumes 8, right? So the difference is quite less here, but this task comparatively it's very demanding. Okay, now let's see what happens if we finish this task in different orders. Okay, I mean, we will try to understand if there is actually any difference or not. Let's say this task is A and this is B. Okay, now let's compute both the orders. We'll start first with A and then we'll go to B. Now when we start with A, um, initial energy for this one is 10, right? So we definitely need 10 to start with. Okay, now after 10, when we close this task, so it consumed energy as 2, so remaining is now 8. Okay, after finishing this task. Now when we start with this task, so it requires 9 to start with, but we have remaining energy as 8, so we need to add 1 unit of energy here. So now our energy is 9 and we can start this task, and when we finish this task, so it would be, after finishing, we will be remaining with 1 energy, and in this way we are able to complete both of this. But what is the total amount of energy that we required? So initially we added 10 for this, and to complete the task B we required additional plus 1 because we had 8 and but it required 9. So in total when we went A to B, the initial energy we could start with 11, then we will be able to finish both of this. Okay, so this is how we are computing, but we required this energy to be 11. Now let's say if we do go from B to A. So when we start with B, so it says that okay, minimum energy for this is B. Okay. So what we are doing is we are following the greedy approach. Whatever is required now, we will take it. And if that is not sufficient, so we will add more. Okay. So for 9, we took as 9. Okay, that we will start with 9. And after this operation, for after completing this task, it used 8 of the 8 unit of energy. So 1 was remaining. Okay, so now 1 is remaining. And but we see to complete this task A, the initial energy that is required was 10 and we only have 1. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to add additional 9 over here, right? So that it would come as 10 and we would be able to start this task. So now it is 10, we would be able to start, and after finishing the task our remaining energy would be 8, as we required only 2. Okay, so at the end we are left with this 8 energy, but on the way we took this, started with this 9, we took this additional 9, altogether 18 unit of energy was required for when we went from B to A. But when we went from A to B, it required only 11, right? So we can see that definitely some sort of ordering matters, because when we took this order, it took 11, and if we took this order, it took 18. So altogether, this is the minimum, okay, for this question. So we understood that the key idea is some tasks are very demanding. In case of 2 and 10, we see that it requires 2 to actually finish this task, but the minimum energy to start this task even was 10, which means it's very demanding. So in this case, what we need to observe that in case of this 8 comma 9 and 2 comma 10, this was very demanding one. Compared to this was the least demanding one. So what we need to do, we need to finish this one first. Okay. So when we finish this one first, we will need this minimum energy, whatever was needed. And then whatever is now remaining, we can use that energy, the remaining energy to to finish the remaining task, whatever we have, right? So this will give us some extra buffer because anyway we need to complete this task, right? So this need to be completed, but after completing this one, which will give, because here the difference is higher, right? So after completing this one, we will get some high buffer remaining, okay? High buffer is remaining after completing this one, which can be utilized for completing the later task that we have. Okay, so it won't go waste as compared to if you see this one, we started with B, right? At the end, we are left with this 8 energy, but that is of no use, right? Rather, when we started with A, we were left with 1 energy, which is still fair as compared to this. So, higher buffer we get with this higher difference, okay? So, looking at this, what we understand that the minimum minus this actual, we have to calculate answer first for these tasks where this is higher. Okay, so wherever this difference is high, we will calculate for those first and then for the remaining ones. So this gives us the idea of sorting. Okay, so when we sort this our given task in this order, we will be able to finish this with the minimum initial energy. Okay, so idea is sorting, and on what basis we will sort, this is basically minimum minus the actual for the task. Okay, so after sorting we know that task has this actual and minimum. Okay, minimum energy required. Now in this case, in this example, let's say remaining was initially 0 and answer was also 0. So what do we actually add into our answer? So let's say in example where remaining energy that we have after calculating whatever we did before, that is greater than this value. Okay, so if that is already greater, which means I have already the energy to start with, to greater than the minimum required for the next one, which means I don't need to add anything into answer, right? Whatever is remaining with me, I will just use it. So this is our first case when this remaining energy that we have, it is greater than the minimum energy required for this next one that we are going to calculate. So in that, if that is the case, then in that case we don't need to add anything to our answer. So it will be 0. We will just increment 0 to our answer. Now let's say if remaining is whatever remaining that we have, it is less than task. Okay. So in this case, when we added this 10, right? So after adding this 10 to our answer and we used this 2, right? So remaining was 8, right? Now we need it as 9. So this remaining energy is 8, but we needed 9. So in this case, what is the answer that need to be added? So that is definitely the this one minus remaining, right? So in this case, the task of 1 minus remaining is what we are going to add into our answer. Okay, when this is less, because that is the more that we need to have the initial energy. And in this one, when it was already greater, remaining is already greater, so we can just use it. We don't need to add anything extra. So this was about the answer. Now how we will calculate energy, remaining thing. Okay, so energy before starting any task, we know that before starting any task, to even able to start this task, this need to be minimum energy should be there. And as I explained here, there can be two cases, that the remaining is greater than this minimum energy, or remaining is less than. Now let's say if remaining is greater than the minimum energy, then what is the energy that is before this is in our hand before starting. So if energy is greater, so remaining energy is right in our hand before we start. If energy this remaining is less than what we need, then this task one need to be the minimum energy before we start, right? So whenever we start any task, before starting, it need to be minimum of task one, right? Minimum, at minimum, this is the energy that is required. So minimum of task one is needed. Now, if it is remaining is greater than the minimum required, then in that case, we have this in our hand, remaining as in our hand to start. So this is before starting as our remaining. So which I can say that max of this will be energy with us before we start any task. Okay, now after finishing, when we finish any task, what get reduced from our energy? So that is we subtract this actual energy consumed, right? So that is task of 0 we subtract. So minus of task of 0 we subtract. So in from max of remaining comma task of 0 is what we needed before we start, whatever is max, and after finishing this will be subtracted from our remaining, right? So when we open this, do the max algebra here, so it will be max of remaining minus task of 0 comma task of 1 comma task of minus task of 0. Okay, so this is the value for remaining. Okay, that our remaining energy would be this after processing this task. So before before starting, energy was this. So this was some energy X when we started. This is some energy consumed, was Y. So what was remaining in our hand after that? Definitely X minus Y, right? So the same thing we have done here. So this is the remaining and this is the answer, how we are going to calculate. And when first thing was we need to sort it. So this is the main greedy idea and the approach. Now let's do a dry run. Okay. So this is our task that is given to us, and after sorting, this is how it looks like. Okay. So we have sorted based on the minimum minus actual difference. So if you see, the difference here is 4, here it's 3, here it's 2, here also it's 2. So when we sorted it, this came first, where difference is 4, 3, 2 and 2. So this is sorted. Now when we started, remaining before was 0. To start this task, 8 is the minimum required energy. So what we remaining is initially 0. Now what we need to increment in our answer? 8. Now final answer after incrementing is 8. Okay. And what is remaining after finishing this? So 8 is our energy as of now. So we incremented 8. 8 is our energy and it used 4 out of it. So after using 4, what is remaining? So 4 is remaining. So after remaining afterwards. Okay, so now this 4 will be before to start the next task. We are done with this first task. So now 4 is the remaining. We started with 2 and 4. This is remaining. But it requires 5. So we need to add 1 to our answer. This is the difference is 1. So we need to increment 1. After incrementing, our final answer becomes 9. And now the energy is 5. We can start. And when we started, it used 2. So the remaining is 3, right? So this task is also done. Now we started with remaining as 3, and this requires 3 only. Okay, and it required only 3. So we don't need to increment anything. Okay, because 3 is our current energy before even starting, and 3 is the minimum required, so we don't need to add anything. So we incremented 0. Our answer still remain 9, and we after completing this task, we 1 will be reduced because 1 is the actual energy consumption here. So we had 3 with us, we didn't added anything, we have still 3, we used 1, so 2 is now remaining after we process this. So now this task is also done. Now for this task, we need 4 as the minimum energy, but what we have in our hand after finishing before ones, we have 2, so we need to increment 2. When we added 2, now our total energy is 4. Now to finish this task, 2 is only required. Okay, so in answer also we added 2 here, right? So we will add 9 2, so it will be 11. Now 2 is required to finish this, so we had energy as 4, right? We use 2 out of it. After using 2, it remains as 2. Okay, so 2 is the last remaining energy, and at the end we needed 11 as the minimum start energy to finish all these tasks. And after all of this, we were able to finish this task with 11 being the minimum energy. So yeah, that's about this approach. Now let's check the code. So this is our function minimum effort, which has this list of tasks, and the inside vector, this is nothing but the actual and minimum. Okay, so we are sorting it uh, based on this comparator that the custom comparator that I have written, and this custom comparator is doing comparison based on this difference. Okay, so this is the minimum a of 1. So this contains minimum and actual, right? So, sorry, actual and minimum. So this minimum minus actual difference, where it is greater, we are taking that, so that it sorts the difference minimum minus actual into descending order. Okay, so descending order, this, so this is the custom comparator for it. Now after this step, we are done with sorting. We have initialized few variables, answer and remaining as 0. Now we are iterating over this task, and as I already told above, that in our answer, when remaining is greater than the task 1 requires. Okay, so if it is already greater than what it requires, we don't need to add anything to our answer, so we added 0. If it is less, then in that case we need to add the remaining. Okay, so our task 1 needed this, we had this remaining, so whatever is the difference, we need that much more to our answer to start with that task, right? So this is our answer, how we are calculating. And same for the remaining, as I explained above. So task 1 and remaining, we take this as the task before completing the task. This can be two possible thing. When remaining was greater than the task minimum energy required, so that was with us before starting, and after starting, after finishing the task, this will be reduced. Okay, so that is what will be remaining with us. And if let's say we remaining was less than what we actually needed. Okay, so what we needed is task 1 and remaining was less, so we need this one, right? So whatever answer we would have added, the difference here, if you see, we have added this to our answer. So same thing, we know that before starting task 1 will the minimum energy that we need to start, and after completing the task, this much will be consumed. So this is the difference which will be remaining with us. So that is why we needed to take max of these. So this is what we will calculate, and at the end we'll return the answer. So that's all about this approach. Discuss the time complexity. So we are doing the sorting over here. So the sorting is nothing but n log n time complexity, where n is the size of this array. And we are iterating over this loop, that is O of n, but obviously the sorting takes more time. So we will use that. And space complexity, so sorting internally takes some space to sort. So if we consider that, so it is log of n for sorting. Otherwise in this method we are not taking anything else, so it's just that. So yeah, that's about this problem. I hope you understood and like this video. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for next videos.